everybody. Welcome to this week's Travel Talk. I'd first like to start by quickly apologizing for the little bit of a delay we had today. We just have some minor technical issues that we really didn't anticipate when it comes to having the presentation on the screen for you. However, we will still be going ahead with the presentation. It just will not be a full screen. So you'll understand what I mean in just a quick moment, I assure you. But before we get into that, I'm just going to give, my little introduction for everybody who might not know me. My name is Ali, and I'm the Director of Marketing with the Women's Travel Club. I have been an avid traveler for most of my life, so it's partly why I decided to come aboard. Today we have a really exciting presentation for you on our Provence Barge River Cruise. So our Provence Barge River Cruise will be commencing this July 2024. It starts on July 10th and it carries you through to the 16th. So it's a 6-night luxury river barge that you will be venturing on. I am joined by an amazing guest today. Her name is Sandrah. She is a travel expert, and she's going to tell you everything you need to know about this tour and about this barge cruise. I'm super excited about it because I've never been to the south of France. So I'm really excited to see what we have in store for us. Now, I'm just going to remind you guys again, because of the technical issues, the slideshow will not be a full screen presentation, but you still will be able to adequately see the pictures, videos, and images before you. So without further ado, I would like to invite Sandrah onto the screen here, and I'm just going to have her give a little introduction about herself. So Sandrah, you're now here with us. If you'd like to say hello, and you let me know when you want the screen.
Sure. Hi, I'm Sandrah Garash. I'm the Marketing Director for North America with Quasi Europe, and it's one of our lovely canal barges that you will hopefully be joining the trip on this July. I've got a little presentation for you, a little introduction to Quasi Europe as a cruise line. Overall, a little showing you other products that we offer as well. And then we'll go through the actual canal barge experience with us and review the itinerary that you'll be enjoying in Provence. So with that, we'll get started. And again, like Ali said, we had a bit of an issue. We can't get the show going full screen, but hopefully you'll still be able to enjoy it.
Yeah, and please, if anybody has any issues seen, please write it in the comments, as I am continuously monitoring and I can see if there's any issues that occur.
Okay, great. So hopefully everybody can see this enough to be able to enjoy it. We could try to go full screen and see if they can see it. Maybe it was let's try that, because it's a really nice presentation and I'd love you all to be able to enjoy it a little bit better.
So the screen has actually stopped sharing, Sandrah.
Yeah, I'm doing it right now.
Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay.
Yeah.
It's because we do have somebody that's commented her screen says an error has occurred. So let's see. I'm going to add the screen share to the stage, and we can see how everybody else is seeing it.
All right, so it should be full screen.
So for me, it's not, but if there's anybody out there who is having trouble seeing the shared screen right now, or if it looks good to everybody else, please let me know. Yes, Anita's saying it's not coming up.
Okay, then we'll just go back to the not so high-tech way. We'll do our best with it.
Okay,
so let's just get started. And sorry about that, but we'll do our best with it. And Ali said it will be posted also. So hopefully you'll be able to see it that way. So again, we're talking about the canal barge through Provence. And the barge that Women's Travel Club will be on is actually the MS Anne Marie. And that's a photo of it right there if you're able to see it. And just go to my presentation. All right, so a little introduction to Quasi Europe. We are an independently family-owned and operated cruise line since 1976. The company is French-based, and we are the oldest and largest river cruise line in Europe. We're Europe's leading river cruise line, and actually really quite the pioneers in European river cruising. For 2024, we have have 170 plus itineraries. They range from 3 to 16 days in length. We cruise on canals, rivers, and oceans. And we're currently on 37 waterways in 38 different countries in Europe and beyond. All of our cruises do include a complete excursion package. And on board, we have an all-inclusive program, which I'll explain that as we get into this. So a little bit about life on board. The photo here is from one of our river cruise boats, not from the canal barge, but I've got some photos in there later of that. All of our staff are very passionate about what they do. We really have a high standard for excellence in service, which you'll notice when you come on board with us. Like I said, we are all inclusive, so that includes a full board. All meals are included, as well as all drinks, not just with meals, but also at the bar. We also have some onboard entertainment. Excursions are all included, and Wi-Fi on board is included. Being a French cruise line, one of the areas that we continue to get a lot of accolades for is our French gastronomy. And we have an award-winning head chef who actually designs all of our menus. With our food program, I just want to explain it a little bit. It's a bit different than you might have had if you're on other cruises. Even on the canal barges, the breakfast will be sort of a buffet style. Lunches and dinners are 3 or 4 course actual served meals. So you're getting a complete refined French experience. We do incorporate local products and local specialties into the menus. And again, with our included excursions, they're all very carefully selected to take in some of the highlights of the area, whether that be history, art, or culture. So with Quasi-Europe, we do have 50 ships. And like I said, we're in 38 countries. 6 of them are the canal barges. If you can see over on the right of the slide here, that is actually, this is one of our canal barges. We've got ships on the Mekong. We have amazing luxury river boats in Africa. We've got our river cruise line boats, and we've got 2 ocean ships as well. So just to give you a little taste of Quasi-Europe, I've got a video here that I'm going to play for you. Hopefully you'll be able to see it.
Those are just some beautiful, beautiful images there. I'm just so taken with that.
Yeah, we have quite a variety of cruises. Like I said, with the 170 itineraries in 38 countries, we do have really something for everyone. So what we're here more specifically to talk about today, now that I've given you a little introduction to the cruise line, is the canal barges in France. We have 6 canal barges, and that's a picture photo there of our canal barge Deborah. They're 6 very modern, well-equipped canal barges, 11 cabins. They take 20 to 22 passengers, and we have a crew of 6. We cruise in different regions with the canals in France: Alsace, Burgundy, Champagne, the Oise Valley, and Provence. It's a very relaxed atmosphere on board. And with so few passengers and 6 crew members, you're getting very personalized service. You end up being friends with everybody very quickly and getting to know each other quite well. Even if you came on board as strangers, you're going to definitely leave as friends. So this is just a little image here to show you of where our different canals are operating in France. Like I said, Alsace, Champagne in the Paris region, the Oise Valley, Burgundy, and then down on the bottom there, you can see where this particular trip goes to Provence. And like I said, very personalized service, small, relaxed groups. It's really just a great way on the canals to discover some of the hidden treasures of France, nature, local products, the food and wine of the region. You're going to get a very intimate experience that you wouldn't get cruising on even a riverboat. And I do have a little video here that'll kind of introduce you to barge life. It's pretty spectacular. So we'll just take a look at it.
I'm actually getting comments that there's no sound on the video. So I don't know if it needs to be turned all the way up on your computer.
Oh, can you hear me talking? Everybody can hear me?
Yes, but it's the video sound itself. Yeah. Okay,
so the video, I'm playing another video right now. So I'll turn the sound up. We can see if that's going, because I'm hearing it when I'm playing it. Okay, so this is a video of the canal barges, and you can see the different regions that we sail in, and also what the barges look like inside. Can you hear that?
It's very faint. Mhm.
Oh, sorry about that. Okay.
I got the sound was quite faint there, but it's there now.
Okay, that's as loud as I can get it. So.
That was perfect.
So I hope that gives everybody a taste of what barge life is like. As you can see from the videos, you're really up close and personal. You're getting a much more intimate experience than you would on a riverboat. The canals can be quite small. You're really right in the countryside. You can see some of that beautiful farmland and vineyards around, and right up to the little town. So it's a very relaxed. We like to call it slow tourism. And like I said, again, with the 20 passengers, 6 crew members, all your excursions, we do also have bikes on board. So you can actually get off the canal barge between locks and ride along the towpaths or go into the towns, discover some of the local towns. Again, you're going to be enjoying really amazing French cuisine every day. And it's just a wonderful, slow-paced, relaxing way to experience the French countryside that you just really won't get any other way. And this is actually the interior, a few shots of the interior of the MS Anne-Marie. On the left at the top there, we've got the lounge area, and you can see in the back the terrace with the patio tables and the jacuzzi, which is also pictured down on the right. The interior, the bar area, and our dining room. Our meals are all in the dining room, except as you saw on the video, they do some grilling out on the back terrace when that's applicable and available. And it is just one seating and one menu. It's very much the French style cuisine with the 3 and 4 course meals and one menu. If you have any dietary restrictions, those can be accommodated. We would ask that we know about it as far in advance as possible. So if you have any special dietary restrictions or anything that we need to know about, when you're booking the trip with Women's Travel Club, let them know that in advance so they can make us aware and we can make sure that you're accommodated on board. So now to get in specifically to the trip in Provence, it is along the canals in Provence. And as you can see, a lot of it does actually border right along the Mediterranean Sea. Our trip is going to start in Arles, which is really known for the Roman ruins. And from Arles, we actually have a very popular excursion. We go to olive orchards, and you'll get to see the production of olive oil and sample some of the local product. We also go to the Camargue area, which is just really spectacular. Not what most people would think of for France. It's really known for the wild horses, beautiful seaside towns, because you are right bordering the Mediterranean there. And then there's also even pink flamingos and you are going to be right in pink flamingo season there in the spring and summer. In the winter months, the flamingos actually from the Camargue migrate to Africa, but they are there in the spring and the summer. So you'll get to experience that. It's pretty interesting to see. Again, not what you would expect to see in France or on the Mediterranean. The other thing that this area is known for is the manades, which is a traditional Camargue farm area, and we'll be visiting those as well. Then we also have aigues mortes, which the exact translation for that doesn't sound too nice. It's dead waters, which are really anything but dead. This area is, if you've ever seen images from Provence with the pink waters and the walled cities, that's this area here. It's a medieval walled city, and we've got the pink salt marshes, which we'll actually be visiting. There's a train that you'll be taking to go right out onto the salt fields and see that whole process. And then we move on to Palavas-les-Flots, which is a really cute fishing village. It's a bit of modern, a bit of old. It's a resort town and a fishing village, so you'll see that as well. And then, of course, in Sète, we've got the oyster farms and shellfish, which they're famous for. So just a little bit about Arles itself. You can see it is, again, it doesn't really look like French countryside. It is a Roman city. It's got a very ancient history dating all the way back to the Roman Empire. And on the bottom there, you can see the olive fields, which is pretty amazing too. Another thing that Arles is really known for, if we have any Vincent van Gogh fans, it was in Arles where he painted the Starry Night. So there is a big tribute to Vincent van Gogh in this area as well.
Very cool.
And the Camargue, like we were talking about, the pink flamingos and the white wild horses, marshlands, pink flamingos. The villages in this area are actually kind of a Spanish style. And there are actually cowboys here too with the horses, and they also have cattle and bulls. They don't usually call themselves cowboys though in this area. They're called them guardians.
Mm.
And the pink salt fields of aigues mortes. So you can see you actually will be visiting the salt fields. It's what this area is most famous for. And they produce over 500,000 tons of salt a year. The excursion here is actually done on the small train, which you can see, hopefully you can see in the picture, up on the right there, where you actually take a train and go out completely over the salt fields, and you'll actually see how they collect that salt. So it's pretty interesting. And then we get on to Sète, and the other village here, Saint-Guillaume Desert, which is known to be actually it's capital of the Camargue region, and it's also known to be one of the most beautiful towns in France. It's called one of the most beautiful towns in France. So you can see it's very different. The towns in this area are very different. You've got everything from the resort-styled seaside villages to farmlands and orchards. And this is spectacular walled, again, medieval mountain towns here. So one thing that you will see in Sète when you're walking around, there's a lot of street art. A lot of the buildings have murals painted on them, and I just inserted one there for you to see. And also, of course, the fishing villages. It's very well known for the fishing there. Mm-hmm. So one of the other things that this area is really popular for on the Mediterranean coast is going to be oyster farms, which you can see on the right there. You can actually see the oyster farms. So we'll be touring those. And then, of course, sampling the products. So you're going to have some wine and fresh oysters right out of the sea. Also other shellfish they're really known for in that area. So that's all I have for you. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of a taste. I didn't want to make this too long, but hopefully between the slides, some of the information, and the videos, you've got a good taste of what to expect. And hopefully most of you will be enjoying this wonderful trip.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, I feel bad for the people watching because my face has been up close to the screen the whole time, because I'm like, let me see. I bet you anybody watching my screen, what I can see is a lot smaller than what you can see. So I'm just right up to the screen looking at these awesome pictures, and I'm just like, oh, I just wish I was going.
I'm just going to stop sharing that, get that out of the way there for us. There we go. There we go.
I'm just, thank you again, Sandrah. I know there was
you're welcome.
Some technicality issues, but I was chatting with the girls over here in the comments, and if anybody So this recording does get posted to our Facebook page, our Facebook group, and our YouTube channel. However, if anybody would like direct emails sent to them with the information from today, please let it be known in the comments, and I can definitely reach out to you with all of that. So, but again, Sandrah, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
Such a really, really cool experience. Something I had never even, before working here, considered a barge cruise, a Barge River Cruise. So
the barges are actually unique to us. There are other companies with barges in Europe, but not a modern hotel barge like that. Usually the barges are older, privately owned. You can hire them with or without, a crew member and a captain. But they really hold that, maybe 8 people, 10 people. So this is more of like a modern hotel barge experience. And like you said, you can really get in up close to the countryside where you're not going to get those experiences anywhere else. So
I just had a comment. So Diana here said thank you as well. And I also had someone else. Unfortunately, when Facebook comments get posted here, I can't see who's saying them. But somebody from Facebook has said what a wonderful countryside that it is. Which is, I think, the highlight, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All those views is just unbelievable. So and I just have a quick question. So what advice, if you have any, would you give members considering joining this tour? And, what things should they
think about? Well, one thing is, like I said, it is a very relaxed atmosphere. You could see from the people that were on board in those videos and just where we're going, it is a very relaxed atmosphere. So you don't need any fancy clothes or anything like that. Come casual, comfortable. You're definitely going to want to have some good walking shoes. You will be doing some walking, and of course the bikes. If you wanted to experience that, you can get on and off the barge between the locks and take a little tour on your own on the towpaths beside the canals, wander into the towns. And we do not have any laundry services on board. I know that that's always asked, especially with women. We do have toiletries provided in the cabins. There is showers only. So toiletries are provided in the cabins, also hair dryers. I know that's another issue that's going to be asked. But other than that, just really come casual, and I would say just be open to new experiences. You're going to be traveling with a small group of only about 20 people. So like I said, you're going to get to know everybody. The entertainment on board the barges, the crew does a great job. They'll organize some games to play, things like that. But if you've got, books that you like, if you have any games that you enjoy that you think might be fun to share with your fellow travelers, if it's not something too big, bring it along. You can certainly spend your time enjoying that. And also on the canals, we cannot cruise at night. So all the cruising is done during the day. But like I said, it's that really slow tourism. So, when you can get off and go ride a bike and meet up with the barge, we're not going too fast. So you're going to get that great experience.
I actually like the fact that it only travels during the day, because then you're not missing anything. You're not missing any sites. Whereas when you go on big cruise lines out in the Caribbean or whatever, you're always on the move because you're getting from point A to point B. But I think the highlight of this is the fact that the boat is stagnant during the night, because part of the experience, part of the highlight of this tour are what you're able to see while you're on the barge, what's around the countryside. So that's really unique. And
it's with the barge trips. I always like to say it's like getting there is the experience. The barge and the time that you spend on the barge and getting those fabulous sceneries so up close and personal, whether you're beside a farm or pulling into a little village, it's really just a different experience. So the travel is as much the experience as the daily excursions that you're going to be doing. So I'd say just, really be open to new experiences, take things in, definitely bring a camera. You're going to want to capture some of those moments.
Smartphones, everybody smartphones.
Yep, absolutely. Oh, and the other thing, since you said smartphone, there is Wi-Fi on board that is included, but because you can see where we're traveling, right? We're in some smaller areas. Don't expect it to be the same as in your living room. It will be there, but it may be, a little sketchy at times. But you'll have plenty to occupy yourself without having to be on your phone. I promise you that. It'll be fine.
To our phones. And just for anybody here who has been with the club for some time now, if you know the tour host Kirsten, she was here I did a travel talk show with her a couple of weeks ago. So she will be the Women's Tour Club host representative on the trip, and she will not let you have 1 minute where you're bored. She is going to bring you out of your shell. Now, that's not to say if you'd like some alone time, you're not allowed to have it. But as most of you know that have been with us for a while, our trips are really centered around experience and connection. So we really aim to partner with organizations like Sandrah's to find places that will allow us to bring those two things together. So with this barge cruise, it's a very, there's about 20 people. Sandrah had mentioned it's a very intimate. You get a lot of connection, a lot of time to really sit and talk with people and have that human experience while being on the French countryside and seeing the most amazing things and eating the most amazing food. You had mentioned that the French culinary experience is brought forward as well.
Yeah, and being, and they are going to source local products too. One of the days, the excursion is actually going to a manade, which is the traditional Camargue farm, where you saw it out of the video. It's like the wagon ride through the farm, and they actually bring back products and produce from the farm. So all the way along, you're going to be experiencing some local food. And we always like to incorporate the local cuisine. And our staff is really exceptional. On the barges especially, they're very friendly. They'll find things for you to do. They'll be very engaged with you and just spoiling you. You'll have all the drinks and all the food you could possibly want.
I might have to call Kirsten and be like, "Hey, girl, my turn." But no, I do know that she is actually a couple of the members going on this tour with Kirsten. They all kind of became friends at a previous tour, and they go on a bunch of other tours together. So I'm really excited for that group of girls to be together again.
I think the only other thing I want to mention, because we do get questioned about it, since we are a French line, our staff is bilingual. French and English is on board. So don't worry if you don't know French. That's not a problem. All the staff on board all speak English, and your excursions will be in English too, with an English group. So not to worry if you don't speak French. Not a problem. If you want to pick it up, learn a little bit, that's fantastic too. And they'll love that. They'll love talking to you if that's what you think.
I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to be immersed into this culture.
Very much, yes.
Very much. And then, I've got Brandy from Southern California here, says she had no idea small barge cruises existed. So she's glad she tuned in. It looks stunning.
Yeah. So this is the second one that Women's Travel Club has done with Quasi Europe, and we're hoping that it won't be the last. We do have 6 to choose from, and we are adding a couple new destinations for 2025, which I can't speak a whole lot about yet, but watch for those. It'll be something different if you think you've done them all. Yeah, there's definitely some different additional barge opportunities that we're coming out with. Yeah, they're very popular. We get a lot of people coming back, so we always like to change things up a little bit.
Yeah, like I'm with you, Brandy. I did before, venturing into this world, I wasn't aware. I mean, I've been traveling since I was young. I've been flying on planes since I was a baby, and you can be, experienced and still there's still more out there to be explored. There's still more opportunities and experiences that we don't think about on a daily basis. We don't see them advertised in the mainstream TV and the movies. And I think that's kind of what gives the charm to this whole experience as well. So if anybody has any extra questions, I have Anita. Is it the case that there will now not be a pre-cruise option? Just confirming. Actually, I'm really glad that you had mentioned that, Anita, because so weirdly enough, the person who is taking care of our pre-tour options, she is on a tour host trip right now, but we are actually currently working on those details in the background, and we should aim to have those options available to you within the next week or so, 2 weeks. But yeah, there is something, we are looking into those details. However, there has been no confirmation as of yet. So definitely I will keep you posted, Anita. And if anybody else would like me to look further into those options for them, I definitely will, and I can get an answer for you. If there are any other questions, now's the time to pop them in the comments. If not, I think 30 minutes is perfect. We can
Yeah, yeah.
wrap it up. Is there any final remarks you'd like to say, Sandrah? Anything you hope that our members get out of this tour and take home with them or take away?
Yeah, I think we've pretty much covered it. And I hope that just seeing the variety, like I said, a lot of times people think of Provence just as, rolling hills. They don't expect the flamingos and salt marshes and wild horses and things like that. So, and medieval towns. So, just really looking forward to having you all enjoy the trip and hopefully cruise with us again and definitely join another Women's Travel Club trip in the future.
Definitely. Well, thanks
Yeah.
again. And this is where we'll leave you guys. So just stay tuned in. Of course, we do have another travel talk next Wednesday. We will be delving into the beauty of Bulgaria. I just have a question here. Is there an airport in Arles?
Actually, I would have to look and see if that's something that you can fly into internationally or not.
Mhm.
So we can look into that, and I can let Allie know.
And I can also pass that question along, Karen, to our flight desk department,
Yeah.
and they can also do that research for you as well.
Yeah. On these trips, usually if people are doing a pre or post, you'll tend to have your international flights coordinate with where your pre and post are. Yeah.
So when we get the confirmation detail or the confirmed details on the pre-tour package, because that could change where you're flying into, then of course we'll address that as it comes. But as of right now, we're just liaising with the flight desk department and with Sandrah and Quasi Europe to get those details for you. But yeah. So
Okay.
again, like I said previously, there will be a full recording of this travel talk on both our Facebook and YouTube. If anybody would like the presentation emailed to them, please let me know and I can have that done for you. Sandrah, thank you again. And
Thank you.
for today, guys.
Great. Thank you for having me. Have a good afternoon, everybody.
You as well.
All
Bye,
right.
everybody.
Okay. Bye.
Bye, Sandrah. And everybody, please make sure if you'd like to reach out to me through Facebook, Instagram, even email, you can find me at Allie@thewomενstravelclub.com for emails. And yeah, so I'm going to be heading out. Next week, we've got a travel talk of the beauty of Bulgaria. So be sure to tune in for that. There will be an email sent out for you to register. But otherwise, that's it for today. Take care, everybody.